time of the month again where we come your radio station with the most anticipated youth-led political show of the year. So happy new year and good afternoon and welcome to another episode of the Youth Impact Parliament Talk Show right here on Stone City 90.7 FM right here from the regional capitals of the Volta region. On today's discussion, who is accountable? Breaking corruption in Ghana. Government leaders hold the power, or do they? As Ghanaian youth demand change, the question is who should lead the fight against corruption in Ghana? Who should be held accountable? Government official or the youth of this country? From broken infrastructures to missing billions, corruption still progress. But who is really responsible? Join our fiery panel as we debate: should leaders face stricter accountability, or it is time for the youth to take reins? Are politicians doing enough to curb graft? Is the youth voice loud enough to drive a change? Can tech and advertising support corruption? I am Matilda Akosua Docia, your host on today's episode. But before we dive into our discussion, I have three gentlemen here with me to break grounds and understand this better. But before we do that, we are going for a quick commercial break. When we return, we will be right back. Alright, so welcome back from that quick commercial break. It's time to meet our panelists. It's very fortunately that two of our gentlemen in the studios with us today had been on the first ever episode of the Youth Impact Parliament Talk Show. And there is one gentleman who is also here to shake the grounds and understand who is to be held accountable for corruption in Ghana. So it's time to meet our panelists for today's fiery debate on who is accountable or breaking corruption in Ghana. Our first panelist is Honorable Hubert Agbaxode and Honorable Bride Selorm Vicson. These two gentlemen were here on the first episode, and you, our cherished listeners, could bear and attest to the fact that they were groundbreaking with panelists. And our newest panelist, Mr. Charles Adonu. Gentlemen, welcome to today's episode of Youth Impact Parliament Talk Show. And the question or the topic has already been put to both with you guys, and today is who is to be held accountable for corruption in Ghana. Are the youth doing enough to hold our leaders accountable, or the leaders are also doing their best to fight corruption in Ghana? So as of 2024, Ghana scored 42 out of 100 and ranked 80th out of 180 countries to be ranked with the YIP International Transparency, where they've ranked as 42 out of Ghana. They've scored as 42 and ranked as 80th. Is this actually a good thing? Because looking at this back and forth, corruption has actually had a lot to do with our misled economy and other stuff. So, Honorable.
Therefore, as a country, we are being governed by rules and regulations. That's the more reason why every 4 years we vote to elect our various leaders as well, especially the president, to form his government as well.
Okay.
So therefore, if the mandate is being given to you, you have to be accountable to the people who gave you the money, because they say the power is for the people. So and therefore, you have to show ethical leadership, because the public purse has been entrusted into your hand. Okay. So you have to ensure that you protect it, not to come and destroy it.
Okay.
Also, make sure that all the institutions, because if all the institutions works, I'm not sure that even though there may be corruption, but it will be minimal. So the bigger responsibility lies with the appointees or perhaps the government as well. And then if you do so, you do leadership by example. Because when you do so, and then with the young people see that you are very accountable to the people of Ghana, who dares you to go and misbehave? And then to the youth as well, the onus lies on us to reject every corrupt act. Because if someone is trying to give you or to try to bribe you, you as a future leader of this country, you ought to stop that, not to cut short deals. But when you do so, this country called Ghana will be destroyed in no time as well. Okay. So some of this is a shared responsibility. If you do my part out and then you also do your part, then we will all be fine at the end of the day. So that's what I see. So it's a two-way affair, not that you place the responsibility on one person.
Okay, so I would like to apologize for the inconvenience that happened in the first round. We couldn't hear Honorable Hubert's points on corruption, so I would love he come again on the floor. So Honorable Hubert, the fight against corruption in Ghana, who is supposed to be held accountable? Is it the youth or the government officials? Can you please come again with your points and explanations?
All right, thank you very much, Miss Matilda, for the opportunity. And then good afternoon to my colleagues here, and then same afternoon to all the listeners across Ghana and internationally. Okay, I'm Hubert Agbaxode. Okay. Yeah, since you couldn't get it well, yeah, it's a strong name actually. When you get to know the meaning of Agbaxode. All right. Okay. So when you talk about corruption, I always say that the bar stops at our leaders. Yes, it's like checks and balances. You understand? Our leaders are given the opportunity or the mandate to lead us. They are entrusted with the public resources, the public purse. The entire purse is actually in front of them, and they're actually managing. So if anything at all, the leaders have to take accountability, or have to be accountable for all the resources that they've entrusted in their care. And then we have, even though it's also the duty of the youth to actually make sure that the leaders are very accountable, where we've seen a lot of anti-corruption agencies now being championed by the youth, even though surprisingly, in as much as we are saying that the youth should actually engage the leaders, and then also make sure that the resources that they've entrusted in their care, they are using them judiciously to the interest of all citizens, everybody, so that they all have a fair share or the benefit that it brings equally. Okay. But surprisingly, now some of the youth are also trying to engage in these corrupt activities, where I see it very difficult that we will be having a very bad future if care is not taken. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much.
So, Honorable House, as at 2024, that was last 2 years, it was very unfortunate that out of 180 countries to be ranked in corruption, Ghana placed 80th. And we scored 42 out of 100. And in my opinion, this is not a good thing for a country that practices democracy, because we claim we practice democracy. Excuse me to use that word, claimed. But from how things are going, our rank and scored from the CIP, Transparency International, I feel Ghana is not doing enough. Is it the youth or is it the government officials?
Thank you very much, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon
to everyone in the studio and our cherished listeners. and I wish us all Happy New Year. Yeah. So with the CIP and then Ghana being ranked, or let me say 42%, I would say that sometimes you're not supposed to put blames entirely on the young generation, right? Because right now they have placed trust in government appointees, and then those government appointees, at the end of the day, what did they do? They give us accountability of whatever they have done. Getting a 42/100 is actually bad. It's a total failure. So as of 2024, the government actually failed, and that was during the regime of the former president.
Okay.
Yes, please. So I think it is very, very bad. So as time goes on, let us try as much as possible as youth to also be demanding for accountability. And once we demand for accountability, the government must help us with it, because this 2025, you will see that the youths, they are much into what is happening in this agency, what is happening in these agencies. For instance, Sami Jemfi's problem.
Okay.
When they said Gold Board actually caused a loss, and he came out to say no, it wasn't a loss.
Okay.
These are some of the things we need.
Expectations from the leaders.
Exactly.
Okay, so thank you very much. Someone somewhere, our cherished listeners somewhere would ask. So we've heard about a lot of cases that have been embezzled in this nation building. So the previous government, the previous government placed in a lot of policies, yet after they left, we found loopholes in certain aspects of the policies they made, and we have two main people right now that the youth are still questioning where have they got into with this case. One is the Cecilia Dapa case, and the second one is the former finance minister. These two people, like as a youth of this country, what are we supposed to do? What are we not doing enough to hold these leaders accountable? And we could even see some instances in the office of the special prosecutors whereby cases are being led, cases are given to them, full evidence is being handed over them, but it's like they are, in my opinion, deliberately delaying this case. Should we say it's because they are trying to protect the previous government, or what? I don't understand. Honorable Vicson.
Okay, thank you very much. A very good afternoon, all of you here and our cherished listeners across the globe. So, like my co-panelists have said, corruption. President Kufuor said corruption started during the era of Jesus Christ, right?
Yeah.
But as humans, we can't stop it entirely, but it should be on a minimal. So, corruption itself is a national shared issue, of which we cannot apportion blame on one particular group as well. So now that we are in a country of rules and regulations, we are being governed by the constitution. So there's the more reason why every 4 years we queue to go and vote for a particular government. So if we go to vote for you, the onus lies on you to be accountable to us. Not that if we are demanding accountability, then you'll be saying you don't have the right to do so. It's the same right that we have to vote you in. It's the same right that we also have to demand accountability. So in doing so, as leaders, you have to be ready to account for the people. We have to strengthen our institution, anti-corruption agencies as well, because these are the offices that, at least while they exist, it will scare people who want to engage in corrupt activities. So the leaders have to be ready to account to the people of Ghana, and then we are the future leaders, right?
Yes.
One of my friends is saying that we are the future leaders because some of the things that our young people have been doing, is even more diabolic than what the elderly people are doing. But I stand to correct that with time we will get to it, because one thing we lack in this country is you being patriotic. It doesn't mean that you should be accountable to the people. Hold your leaders to account. Don't also enable them to engage themselves in corruption. Like I've been saying, I came here last time to say that if I want to contest for an MP position, it's the post I want to contest for. Not that you come and make me drive by giving you money. If I should give you money, when I go there, I'll go and recoup all the monies. So sometimes it's two-way affairs. The government have to play each role very well. The citizen also have to hold the government responsible. That's when this country called Ghana can move happily, because this is 7 years and we are still talking about corruption, huge corruptions in this country. I think it is unfair to the ordinary Ghanaians, because if you go to some part of the country, you realize, do these people also experience the thing we call governance? Because most of people are living in poverty, austerity. So I believe that it's a two-way affair. Let's hold our leaders accountable. Whilst holding them, we should also be ready to listen to us. That's when the country will be very okay for all of us to, so that at the end of the day, all of us will be fine.
It's a two-way affair indeed. But do you think the youth are not given the voice, or the youth don't have enough space? Because we see youth demonstrating against corruption in Ghana, and it doesn't get anywhere. We see youth voicing out on social media, it doesn't get anywhere. We were in this same country where you demanded to know accountability pertaining to Cecilia Dapa's case, Ken Oforiate's case, and till now, we all know they've not gotten anywhere. But the youth are saying there is enough evidence. And we have Aura. Or Aura is done with whatever they have to do. Aura is just supposed to investigate whatever that happened in the previous government. Aura has given it its all. It's up to the office of the special prosecutors. There are enough evidence. There are enough proves that yes, these people actually embezzled Ghanaian funds, public money, done this and other stuff. But the office of the prosecutor and the attorney general, these are the two offices in Ghana mainly supposedly to fight corruption in Ghana, but they are very relaxed. Especially the office of the special prosecutor is very relaxed. Yesterday I heard from someone saying the office of the special prosecutor is affiliated to the previous government. I don't know how true that is, but from the way things are going, from the way things are looking, we can, even if someone should be there and listen to them, be like, oh, it is true, but I beg to differ. Is it that the evidence given to them is not that solid? It's not that strong to hold this two men, because the Interpol Red Notice has already declared the former finance minister as a fugitive of Ghana. Why is it until now the accountability process is very slow? Things that are happening, things that we are supposed to hold this previous governments for, they are not doing it. And someone is like, oh, Aura is not doing enough, but Aura has done what it is supposed to do. Aura is not supposed to arrest anybody. Aura is just to recover where our resources went to, and they've done that with full accountability. They've actually found means and ways. Our sky rain train right now, Aura has investigated Cecilia Dapa's case. Aura has investigated. So why is it then that this office, like, we are holding them accountable? Is it selfishness? Is it greediness? Is it self-entitlement? Or the youth act like the youth are not doing enough? The youth are not doing enough, or I don't understand.
Okay, so I've heard all that you've said. You
Yes.
see, Ghana is so peaceful that we are not angry enough. That is it. If you compare Ghana to other countries, you realize that we are so peaceful. But the day that we will strike, that is when the leaders will realize that there's something that we have been telling them always.
Are you trying to speak in the light of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah?
Of course,
Okay.
because we don't think, if you take Ghanaians for granted for some number of time, when they strike, it's unbearable.
It's
so
true.
maybe that time it should come, because the kind of money that people have siphoned from the ordinary citizen is very mind-boggling. Because let me tell you, any prosecutorial initiation in this country, it lies on the attorney general. He has to initiate
Exactly.
or discontinue.
Exactly.
So if the attorney general sits in cabinet, for instance, all of us we are friends, and then Honorable
Charles
goes to do something.
Okay.
Do you think I look into his face and prosecute him?
No.
Having known that we all sit in cabinet.
Yes.
So I think it's also part of the constitutional review.
Familiarity.
Exactly. So it's part of the recommendation in the constitution that the attorney general shouldn't be the sole person, or they should decouple it. Even the minister for justice that it hosts, what's the name? Attorney general and minister for justice. Where is the justice? Because if you see, it's politics. Because if you look at the beginning of last year, when the current attorney general came, he came to discontinue all the political cases as well.
Okay.
And if you study the trajectory, all of them were NDC members. The same way, if MP also comes, you see the people that they are pursuing, it's like they're paying and co.
Exactly.
But
they are all members of the
if MP comes,
they will do so.
So it's a cyclical cycle that is going on. Until we change the constitution, these things will be a vicious cycle. You do me, I do you. And back to the special prosecutor, I see we claim to give some institution independence, but it's just on paper. But back door, they know what they are doing.
Exactly.
For instance, look at Martin Kpebu's issue. The special prosecutor might not be doing a lot, but it's 8 years old. You can't compare 8 years old office to an office that has been existing for 60-something years. I'm talking about the department. If you take Strike, the attorney department, you can't compare these offices to the OSP's office. There might be something that the SP is doing that you disagree, but you can't negate the fact that they are doing something that the politician, they know that. You see the way he's going after people without any look back. He went for MVP members. So they know that very soon they can come for any NDC members without even pay attention to anybody as well. Exactly. So they know that. You see the way all of them are conniving now. You say, okay, let's scrap it off, because they know that this man, if he has not been removed, he will come after them without paying attention to anybody at all. So it's good. It's good that it's still there. We can just retool it to the needed resources that it ought to have to deliver on its core mandate. Other than that, you will also come and lament to us, okay, I did this and this, I've done this, people are interfering in his work, because trust me, on a normal day, that office started operating in the last 2 years, even though it was incident that was 2017, but the operation of that office is barely 3 years now. So let's give some time, because some of the politicians that are making this country very dry, and they know that this man is coming for all of us. So let's do away with him. So the accountability is both ways. Corruption is both ways. If I come to give you my money and you reject it, or so I will expose you, I will not even have that confidence to come again to give you the money. But if you gladly take it, that means that you are emboldening me. So when I get there and I steal, and then you tell me that when you come and prosecute me, or my colleague that we all sit in cabinet, it will not happen to
you. Drag me, I drag you.
Look at the quantum of money that people have stolen.
Exactly. Yes, we don't.
Like I told last year, I paid a visit to Eastern Region, and I asked myself, do this boy also experience what we call governance system in Ghana? Why? The people are very impoverished. But at the end of the day, those people will write the same BEC that someone in who will write, and ask yourself that, why are we doing this to?
No, don't compare them to who. You can compare them to the capitals.
Exactly the point. So in this thing, I feel very, very sad that if you steal the money to use it to do the thing for the people, don't only go and store it in your room. How much will you spend before you will die? I think it's greed and dishonesty in this country.
Okay, greed and dishonesty. They're coming from Mr. Vicson. And Honorable Hubert, Mr. Charles, I have a question for you specially, but I want you and Honorable Hubert to tackle this for me. Corruption in Ghana, the Cecilia Dapa case for months now. As for the former finance minister, accordingly, he has invested a lot in the US. Like, he has invested in lots that has built some kind of security shield around him in the US. That is why we are seeing the Ghana embassy in US. We still ask, what is the Ghana embassy in US doing? Because this man is on the wanted list, on the Interpol Red wanted list. Yet we are seeing nothing. We are hearing nothing. And I would want to ask, is it that he has embezzled Ghanaian money to build some sort of security around him in the US, or because it's like the Ghana embassy in the US is not doing anything? It's not doing anything to hold that man responsible. At least if they should have flown him out of the US and brought him down to Ghana for query, that would at least give the youth some sort of satisfaction. But we are hearing nothing. Same as Cecilia Dapa case. It's not even, it didn't even go up to 3 months. it didn't even go up to 3 months, and we feel like this issue is a dead case in Ghana right now. But the youth are still asking questions. The youth are demanding for accountability. Is it that the voices of the youth are not being heard enough, or the youth are just not regarded as people that are capable of holding government officials accountable?
All right, thank you very much, Miss Matilda. Okay, so before I come back to the main question, let me actually touch on what something Selorm said.
Okay.
That I would say I disagree with him a little with respect to, let's say, we all being in cabinet and one of our members is having a corruption case against him, whereby, let's say, I am the Minister of Justice and then the Attorney General, and I shouldn't be able, or I won't be able to look into that person's face or my friend and then tell him that this is what you've done and then we are going to use the law against you. I don't think we should go to that. These are some of the things that are actually happening in this country, that we are not seeing the corruption, the fight against corruption manifest in its full glory that we have to see. You understand me?
Yes.
Because we are actually just paying lip service to all this fight against corruption, because you being my friend shouldn't prevent me from prosecuting you. No, it should be something that should deter you. When I do it for you, the next time you know that, okay, in as much as we are friends, when you do this, you face the law, you face what the law says. You should be able to go through the same procedure. So that's just to tackle what's something that he has said, and I disagree with you. So when the opportunity is given to you, you come in. All right, let me know.
Okay.
From Kufuor's time.
Okay.
He said if Ataman's camp should come prosecute the people who stole, but he didn't do so. If you look at the trend, Attorney General camp, they can't prosecute their own. For instance, look at this kind of issue. Look at the matter. If you look at former Mahama one. Some people engage. Look at this that issue that they came to discuss. That's where I'm situating my argument. I'm not saying that I can't look at your face. There may be some that will look, but because all of us sit in cabinet and we are friends, you can't look into my face and come say you are prosecuting me. The only thing is that there's no form of allegation, so the case have been discontinued. That's the point I'm trying to
the same thing. Okay, let me come back to the main question that you asked. This is Cecilia case and a whole lot of issues about the former finance minister. You know, my friend has stated earlier on that the youth are not angry enough. Yeah, and I agree with him 100%, because we as youth, we take action to actually hold a public officer accountable. You see that you start with some kind of vigor. When we start some few minutes or few days, then you see that that fire ceases. Okay. You might not know what actually is the cause of that. So I think it's high time that if the people that are entrusted with the public purse or the leadership or the duty to prosecute these individuals and they are not doing it, I think there should be an opportunity for the youth to actually hold these people accountable and then also push them to the extent that they can demand justice.
And my questions and my question still stands on that. Is it that the youth voices are not being loud? Is it that the youth are not being loud enough, or the youth just don't have the voice?
In as much as me, where I'm sitting here, let's say I am a whistleblower. When something is not going, when you see see something, say something.
Say something.
Exactly. So when I see that something is going bad, I would have to voice out. But one person cannot do it.
Is it that we are scared enough, or we
one
person
cannot do it? And then I had my personal experience back at student politics, where I was the finance officer for H2SRC, and something happened whereby we asked the student to come so that we stand and then demand accountability from some of the people. But you will see that you call them and then already they are scared. They say their results are at stake, their certificates are, and these are the people that we have to take seriously. We pay for something and we are not getting it. When we say leadership or accountability, some of these things begins from the lower side.
The lower side.
We shouldn't always focus on the national side. A lot is going bad down here, but our main focus, you see, when you watch Public Accounts Committee, there you will know that a lot is going bad. A lot is going bad. Just that the eye is no much, so it's not on them so much. You know, there are a lot of infractions when it comes to these procurement issues and a whole lot. You understand me? And then back to Ken Ofori-Atta's issue. You know, this man have actually caused Ghana a lot of harm. You know, the various moments, the exact time that people came out, or even people from his own government were against him, and then they were calling for his head. They were calling for the president to actually release him of his position, but he was not able to do that. And when he saw that everything has gone bad, the country was in a mess. That was when by then it was too late. And look at where we are now. And I think even the leaders, the new leaders, they are actually sleeping on their duty. Looking at what the OSP said the last time, that he saw Ken living. He saw him living, but he can't do anything. He came out and then he was saying that he saw Ken going out of this country, but he couldn't do anything to actually detain him from going out. That means there is a big force against this man, supporting what he has done. They know that when Ken is back today, he will sleep. They will imprison this man.
Exactly.
Yes, because the issues, they are just clear. The issues of conflicts of interest, where he used his own company and then did a lot of things and then in his favor, and then his own company being the advisor to the finance minister. All those things, you know that all those when the question is thrown before him, it will hook him. That's why he's taking the top lawyers in the US to actually back him. You understand me?
Exactly.
So it's a whole lot. And then if care is not taken, and then this government is not able to handle these hot issues or hot corruption issues, I'm sorry to say, for tomorrow, let's forget that for the youth coming, we don't have a future.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you dive in for it?
Yes. So let me just add to Honorable Hubert's contribution.
Okay.
You know, with the youths, we are actually also trying our possible best. So looking at one person, Bongo Ideas' post on the 11th of December 2025.
Okay.
He said this was when Abutriga was arrested together with his accomplices at a Suredru machine.
Exactly.
And man he said a lot. But look at what some of the comment sections people were saying. So our people can't tell US FBI about Ken Ofori-Atta.
Then that brings me to another question surrounding this Abutrike's case. Well, the youth are very angry,
yes,
extremely angry, in a sense that Ghana could allow FBI to arrest Abutrika in this country.
I'm so thankful to social media, because we are using it to also make sure that we bring the people back. So looking at the comments of Jeremiah Aramaya, he said the FBI can't quickly arrest Abutrika. Then why can't we order Ken Ofori to bring Ken Ofori-Atta back? One also said, so when will they arrest Ken Ofori-Atta? Then let me come in the last one. The last one says that they should exchange Ken Ofori-Atta, Abutrika
for Ken Ofori-Atta.
Yes.
To say on this that he is not happy about the fact that Ghana could allow Abutrika to be handed over to FBI.
If they know that the man is a fraudster and then he has caused
a lot
one or two ways,
scam,
then someone also like Ken Ofori-Atta
can be easily apprehended.
He can also come back. Now you know that you have accumulated the state's funds, and then what is the fund? Meaning that the fund, he now used the fund to actually pay lawyers in the US to come and defend his cause here. Let me tell you something. The God we serve, he is not the God of USA only. He is not a God of Canada or Mexico. He is not a cucumber. He is the God of all. Right? God is the God of all. So if you think that you have stolen state fund and you hire top lawyers to come down and then they will defend you and you go scot-free. No, God doesn't work like that. It will surprise you that David, there's somebody like lawyer Edwidge Tamakulu who can stand
against those,
and then we will win cases. Do you understand?
I'm glad you brought our top lawyers in this country. Is it that our top lawyers are reluctant to fight this particular cases in the country, or it has not been handed over to them, or they just want the office of the special prosecutor and the attorney general to fight this case?
You know,
because we equally have top-notch lawyers that can fight this and win this. So what is happening in Ghana?
Okay.
Is it greed, selfishness, entitlement, or what?
Okay, now Ken is not back. Right, Ken is still in the US. Who are you going to hire to fight who and who?
Okay.
So unless they come in, that is when you are also going to know that okay, these people, let's also bring them on board. You know, Ken is actually Nana Akufo-Addo's cousin, right?
Oh,
so it's a family thing. Ken was sick, even in the Parliament of Ghana. The MPs, their own MPs, caucus MPs, MPP, they knew that this gentleman was very sick, or let me say old man was very sick. So we should just do something like, okay, you should just hand over to a different person to take over. This man said no, he wasn't going to hand over. Now that you are done with your office and your government is no longer in power, you will now travel out of the country. It's not done that way. That is not what we actually want as a nation. So we the youth, we are also calling that he should also come back. He should come back. If truly this man who goes to the parliament holding the Bible, wearing white, quoting the scriptures, will no longer depend on the scriptures and the God backing him, and will have to now hire top lawyers in the US to come and defend him, then he's dead for nothing. Yes, he's really dead for nothing. So he should just come back.
Honorable Vicson, do you have something to say before we go for our commission?
Yeah, I have something to say. Okay. What Honorable Adonu said, Charles. See, the harm has been caused already. Where the issue has gotten to, there's no way our attorney general is, unless we do what is called extradition. Is that the word? Yeah. So where the matter has gotten to know, I'm not sure this case will be won.
The case will be won.
Wait. The case will be won. And you see, what I'm saying is that
okay,
where the matter has gone, if you lose the attorney general press briefing very well, you know that the thing has over him. Now the only option he has is to extradite the person down to Ghana, and to bring someone from US to Ghana. It's not just a one day concert. You have to go to processes, and then the lawyers that the man has gone to hire are top lawyers. I learned one of them was the former attorney general to go about 12 of them. And you think these people are just some child that will go and sit down? They're also fighting extradition.
Okay.
Do you understand? We've allowed the man to flee outside the country. Because remember that it's not the law that works in Ghana that works over there. If the person were to be in Ghana, fair enough.
But here
now the person's his asset has not been frozen, so that's why he's have that what's the name, that audacity to go and be high lawyer to be fighting his extradition as well. So what he's saying is neither here nor there.
You know, Honorable.
If you recall,
yes,
they imprisoned or they try someone in absentia. That lady that I say he has honest mass log loan and all these things. Till now, till now, that lady has not come to serve his prison terms. So expecting someone from US to come here, look at Abuduka. Me, I could have said, okay, before you give Abuduka to give us this. But those people, they don't give a damn about, because US, if they spend taxpayers' money, that's why this FBI and they track when they come down. Trust me, they don't care about what you have. They will arrest you. So they have a cause for the man to flee. Look at the number of people that have fled in this country. How many of them have been prosecuted? So I mean, if I say this issue is going to be very difficult, the man has left the shores of the country. Where are you going to get him? And then he is going to hire lawyers.
But the NSS scandal, Gov't is back, right?
He is back because you see, if the person is back, you can arrest the person. Here lies the case: the person is not in the country, And where the person has gotten to, it's not a place that you can just say, okay, come, let me arrest you. I don't know whether you have been following the case keenly.
We all follow.
So if you're in Ghana, unless of course you're not in Ghana, but if you're in Ghana, look at all the cases that the Attorney General is prosecuting in court. All of them are in Ghana.
Okay.
Except for Kenu Furata issue that they say, okay, look at Dubois. The man that they said they are going to build 27 the signal bureau bus. Yeah. Because in Ghana, that's why you see him attending court every day.
Is he serving his term?
No, they are not done with the case yet. So if the person is in Ghana, fair enough. But if the person have left short, because you'll be fighting another man's law in this country. And do you think that to fight that thing is an easy task? So this fight is not. We just pray that it will. By the way the things are looking, for me, I'm not seeing any success being chalked in this, because after the man have left the show, look at the time that they started pursuing this man from the beginning of last year. Doctors report, even the wife came to tell us that he will come in May. I don't know whether the May has not come yet. You are beginning a new year.
So say that this case can never be won.
It will be won,
because
you see, don't worry.
Can pass and then extradite Ken to this country. Exactly. You understand me?
Okay.
So
when it comes fair enough,
if it's only if the leaders are paying lip service to this issue. Okay. But if they actually mean to bring Ken down, they will definitely bring Ken down. You see?
Okay.
He has been found culpable, and then before he will be sent to the US, there should be that Ghana should also demand that, okay, before you send Abutrika to you, you should also bring back Ken Butter trade. Let's all. Then it's not only Abutrika. I learned there are other people that they are actually chasing.
Yes.
So these people, some consensus between these two countries, whereby they bring Ken down, and then Ken must come down. I don't know if we should champion social media for us, where we should say that Ken must come down. Ken must come down.
We can say that right now.
Please calm down.
Has gone to produce someone in court, said Namekolo. The person is in US. The person is still there, and I'm saying that Ken has gone to hire 12 lawyers. And do you think Ken doesn't know what he's doing?
Okay. In your point of view, we are having a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. for our commercial break. Our still in the studio with us, but we just want to remind you, our cherished listeners, that you can also join the discussions via our WhatsApp, call or SMS on the number 0240 660 208 or 0200 312 935. When the time is, you will open our phone lines for you guys. But until then, gentlemen,
Hello.
yes, please calm down.
Oh, yeah, we
are begging you.
We are having, but we are calm.
Okay. So now, who is supposed to be held accountable? I placed the question forward. We started bullying the war, but it became a tense argument. It became a tense debate. So I think we are all come from that quick commercial break. And yes, so we'll still continue with the discussion. And right now, is corruption hindering our economic growth? Because from the look of things, corruption is just like the main thing, bringing a lot of distraction to the country, hindering opportunities, creating debt holes for us and other stuff. So what are we supposed to do as the youth? Is it that we are not doing enough to hold these people accountable, or we are equally at fault of this corruption? So we'll start with Honorable Charles.
All right. So, as in we the youth, if we are at fault, you know, like I said earlier, with the youth, we are trying our possible best, right? Even with the use of the social media, we are saying that whatever that is going to make sure government appointees doesn't do what is right, they must account for it. So the youth are doing their possible best. Now, what is left for the leaders, the government appointees? They must also come back and give us whatever they want to do. First of all, you've drafted your policies, you plan how you are going to run the economy, you have your budget, you are done with whatever you want to do. Now come and give account. So to me, I would say that the youth are trying their possible best, but it is good, and it will be more beautiful that the leaders actually also buy into our ideas as youth, to give us whatever we voted them into offices for. I think that is okay.
Okay. Honorable Hubert.
All right. Thank you very much, Miss Matilda. You know, you earlier on asked if corruption is actually hindering us as a country, our progress or our growth. You know, Ghana from 2023, they actually went to the IMF for how much? Just 3 billion Ghana cedis. Yes, if my memory serves me right. Yes, just 3 billion Ghana cedis. But when you check all the corruption cases, and then to the tune of how much has been lost to corruption, you see that we don't even need any money from the IMF. We don't need any credit from the IMF. You see, we are actually causing our own downfall.
But Ghana has been able to pay our debts to IMF.
No, not that one. The extended financial credit that they started, and then since they received the last tranche recently, that's a different credit facility that they've paid about $700 million. Yes, so it's actually costing us. When you watch Hohoe to Aflao yesterday, I plowed that road. When you see my shirts, when you see it's just like.
Are you even talking about Hohoe to Aflao? Can't you just talk about Hohoe to Petue and Akatsi? Have you seen the road?
No, that's the road I used just yesterday.
Okay.
So even from Hohoe to Petue is
and
the
Akatsi
best.
Is
when you check the road very well, from Hohoe to Petue is the best. When you compare the entire road, that's the best portion of the road, the entire stretch of that road. That's the best side of it. When after Petue you go to Ziopi down to Tokon, the road is really bad.
Extremely bad.
You can't even sit in the car and then feel comfortable. So when this money, this whole billion, you see that just one person have spent this sum and sometimes I sit down and then ask myself, are you really thinking about tomorrow? When the little opportunity that they've given us just within 4 years, and then one person have amassed or have taken or stolen from the country to the tune of 1 million, like the money they are even mentioning, sometimes when I convert it into cedis, I find it very difficult to even mention.
And I ask myself, what are they using the money for? Because in your position, if you weren't well to do, they wouldn't have given you that position. So what could have led you to steal that amount of money from the national purse?
It's great. If not for anything, the only thing that's actually making these leaders trying to amass wealth for themselves is greed. Total greed. We are full of greed in this country to the extent that everything we want it to come to us. We want to amass wealth like overnight. We want to be rich. You want to be rich overnight. You know, life is structured in a way that even God, when he was even creating this world, it started from day 1, day 2, day 3, day 6, and then he rested. But we want to start from 1, count from 1, and then the next one we count should be 10. No, life doesn't work like that. But the youth of this, even to the extent that you see a full grown woman like you, excuse me to say, you will die tomorrow, but you are still trying to amass wealth for yourself again. Even you will not use it. You will not use it. Somebody is saying that viole. But you see, even though we can create that enabling environment or that conducive environment for our generation to come, but it shouldn't be just for your family. When you do it well, everybody will come and enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand? When you have good road, everybody will benefit from it. You understand?
Yes.
So you shouldn't always try to I'm not preaching, but this is something that is actually causing a whole lot in this country. You see that a youth, let's say we are done with school, you are expecting like a job from somewhere that somebody should employ you. Maybe you don't have the means to start your own business. At least you need some small capital to start whatever that you want to do. The little you get from government, you want to put it there, maybe 5, set time for yourself, and then try to start something for yourself. But you see, today you want to be rich overnight, whereby, you know, how old is Ken Oforiatta? How old is that man? Not too old, and he's having businesses. That business can sustain, if they manage that business well, can sustain for generations yet to come. But he's still stealing from us. He's still stealing from us with the help from his brother, his cousin. Yes. This is a public notice. Let's not shy away from it. Okay. It's a public notice, it's a public information everywhere. If it's not the help from his brother, the brother should be able to even hold him accountable. This is what I'm saying, that if we sit in same cabinet.
So why are we going after the former finance minister and not the former ex-president of the country?
No, you see, these people have some kind of immunity, constitutional immunity, whereby yes, they have a certain number of years that after leaving power, you can't prosecute them until that number of years has elapsed. So don't worry, we will get there.
Who knows? Maybe during his time you also.
In Ghana we are so much fixated on the rhetorics. We talk too much. At the end of the day, no action. Was one thing that having listened to my brother, I remember Hubert, and then Adonu Charles, is one thing that is bothering me. All those who have stolen from the state amass wealth within a twinkle of an eye. One day their children will come and look into my friend and tell me that your dad was not a hard-working man.
Can you imagine?
Of course. Or your mom is a lazy woman.
Oh.
So some of these things, if you get them, you don't spare it. You don't spare them, because our taxpayers mind that the person has stolen. So until all of us understand that corruption is an enemy to the state, people will keep using that avenue to milk the country dry. Because first of all, we are not even getting our priorities right before someone also come and be stifling money from the system. And it's not one studio. It's not if they mention the man to, like Honor Hubert said, I said it's a whole telephone number that you have to be mentioning, like 0248226017. Like that's it. And then I was even telling you compare with that we as young people, every day we wake up to find something doing as well. At the end of the day, when you come back, you'll be very tired. But once you are doing or you are branding, people are looking up to that, you have money. At the end of the day, genuinely, if you have, you will give. But you don't have. But the path you're choosing for yourself will require people to see you. Oh, for instance, if I live here, we take a picture and I post, people will come and ask. Unless you don't see you posting anything, but genuinely, I wish if I have. But someone just sit in the office with just a click of a button or to add 0 to another 0, then the person is rich overnight. And it's worrying as well, particularly if a particular party comes to power at the back of accusing the incumbent of corruption when they come. It's just this vicious cycle.
But should I say that the Ghanaian youth only believe in two-party system, whereas there are more parties, but they just know of two. And I always say this, in my opinion, is it that Ghanaians are scared to give opportunity to the other parties, or they are just not interested in their governance?
You see, we are using the corrupt people as our mentors. Of course, for instance, someone who say, okay, Ken is my mentor, right? Then the person will be mimicking Ken's behavior. Then automatically, when you grow, I leave it there. When you grow, we all see what you've done. But I'm saying that be a man of your own. Do what you believe in, particularly what, as a Ghanaian, you need to be patriotic. Patriotic means that if it's something that is not, because we only have one Ghana now. If you look at the sub regions, other countries are engaging in coup. Burkina is there. Yeah. This is the first I'm even hearing that the military has taken over the state and people are rejoicing.
Exactly.
That means that the democracy that we are practicing is not favoring some other countries as well. This is not democracy, it's democracy. Social media chanting they should be cool. I'm saying that they should be cool, but I'm saying that when the first coup happened, probably I was not born. But what I've seen, the stories I've heard about people's dad and co have been beheaded due to some of these things, and then that led to the loss of those 3 judges and co and all those.
Vicson.
All those moments.
The first thing we should ask ourselves as a youth demanding for queen in this country, the person who is going to take is the person.
No, my point is that corruption will lead to some of those things. If you go to Kenya, did you know what's happening in Kenya as well?
Yes.
The outburst of young people. So if people are still stifling what's the name, public funds that is meant for them, some of this will happen. This coup d'etat and the rest will happen. So corruption has so many legs, like the way you want to see it. The way I'm seeing is even from what Honorable Hubert is seeing it as well. So we just pray that these things, once we are discussing today, when we get there, we should change the narrative, so that we will not go and be the people that who will go and triple what these people are doing. Right, at the end of the day, when one day you surely die, you ask yourself, what have you left behind? They say it's not how long you live, but the impact you've left behind. So the more reason why every year we celebrate Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. So as Ghana too, we don't celebrate our legends enough. So that's what. So the question has a lot of legs. So let's really make sure that the corruption fight is both ways.
Okay.
Government have been voted for, you account to the people. You hold the accountable by doing constructive criticism.
constructive.
You don't just can be called secret, so you'll be seeing anything anyhow without making sense. Young people, if you see people go in social media like this Gov't issue, I'm not. If I read that an issue, there's a Benny issue that I know happening, I just sit back and watch and analyze the whole issue. But people, you see, sometimes it's good for you to keep quiet, and sit back, rather than go and embarrass yourself. People follow people blindly because, like, recently the NDC national secretary, he says sycophancy and bootlicking. If they sing your praise, that's where you get something. That's what most youth has turned into. So I hope and pray that we don't get to that stage, because when you get to that stage, there will not be a country called Ghana left for all of us to be in. So I just want to plead with all the young people listening to us today. They should change their ways, so that Ghana will be a peaceful. If you look at Dubai, how old is Dubai? But go and look at the account that everybody wants to go to Dubai. Singapore.
Okay, someone made a statement that the resources will always work towards the resourceful, and Ghana has the resources, but we are not resourceful enough to build the country we desire. And yes, you, our cherished listeners, have heard our panelists. It is time for you to also join the discussions via WhatsApp, SMS, or even call us on the 0240 660 208 or 0200 312 935. I'll repeat the numbers again: 0240 660 208, 0240 660 208 or 0200 312 935. But before that, we are going on a quick commercial break. We will be right back. Welcome from that quick commercial break. Like I was saying, you are our cherished listeners back at home, in your offices, in your car, coming back from church, could also join our discussions via our WhatsApp, SMS, or even call us on the number 02400 0240 600 208 or 0200 312 935. Gentlemen, discussion. We are still on the topic. And Honorable Vicson is saying government officials should be held accountable. So we have a message here from Deborah, and she says, or he's saying, Honorable Charles is making so much sense. Honorable Charles, yes. They say you are making so much sense.
Thank you very much.
So, Honorable Vicson, you were saying that not only should government officials be held accountable, but also the youth should also be held accountable for corruption in Ghana. So can you dive in a little bit? We've already activated the phone lines. Can you dive in a little bit so we take our callers?
Okay, so what I was trying to let the public understand is that corruption is a national shared issue. But at the end of the day, we can't place the blame on only one group. Government have been voted into power to take care of its citizens. The onus lies on the government to be accountable for the people. It's the same right that gave them the power to be there. So if you are demanding accountability, they should be ready to listen to us, right? But then also, with the citizen too, we also have the responsibility to make sure that we desist from all corrupt activities. If you see any corrupt activity, you as a citizen have to flag it or to be the whistleblower, but not to be the enabler of that particular action as well. So I made this example. I'm going to contest for this proposition, MP proposition. I came to you. Just take the message and leave the messenger alone. By doing so, people go to take money from people and milk them, and then you think when they come back or when they get the power, they will not recoup all those monies. So if they come and you reject them, oh, I'm not taking your money, or you are also not demanding money from them, that's when there will not be any corruption. Because if you take money from them, they will say, okay, we are taking money from you. When I get there, I have to recoup all this money. That's the beginning of corruption. That's why you see most of the MPs are under pressure.
Okay.
Because MP, your responsibility is to go and make law. MP does not do road. You can only go and lobby. But if you go there and realize that the song that you were singing is different from the tonation in the house, that's when you want to engage in corrupt activities. So largely, the responsibility lies at the doorstep of the youth to stop that activities, because it's give and take. If I give, I don't take, there will not be any corruption as well. So that's the point that I'm trying to make for the public to understand. So it's two-way affairs. If you give and I don't take, they say if something is not broken, don't fix it. So I'll leave it there.
Okay, two-way affairs. Both the government officials and the youth of this country are to be blamed for corruption. That is coming from Honorable Vicson. Honorable Hubert.
All right, thank you very much. So before I come to the main issue, you earlier on asked a question that are we practicing a two-party system, or why aren't we giving the opportunity to a third force to actually come in, so that we compare these three people and see if they are also thinking the same way or their mentality is the same way. Okay, so let me say something. The three continents on this in this world we had initially, we have the America, the Asia, and the Africa. So when you check these three continents, which one of them is lacking behind?
Africa.
Is it about our mentality? So sometimes we might have the third force that's bringing on brilliant ideas that can actually propel us to wherever that we want to reach, but our mentality that okay, it's only NDC or NPP, nothing more, nothing less. I think we will still be singing the same chorus whereby we say leaders are corrupt, even though we might not know what the third person is bringing up. But it's not but to try new things. They say it's only a fool that has not changed his mind. You understand me? Okay, back to the main question you asked. The youths and the leaders, and now surprisingly in this government is full of youths. Yes, it's should I say it's a youthful government, and then we are seeing the differences, what people are doing, the youths that are given the mantle of leadership, what they are doing, and then what we saw earlier. When I mean earlier, what we saw in the previous government, the difference now is clear. It's actually, I'm feeling it in my pocket actually, but we shouldn't start singing praises to them, because the more we sing praises to them, the more their head becomes swollen, and then we might not know the next 3 years coming, we might even be saying that okay, this is going bad, this is going bad. Let's be very cautious about how we even praise them, because the more you praise people, the more they become like feel it enters their head, and then the next moment we see what the result will be. So for accountability issues, it's supposed to be two people, but the primarily really is supposed to be the leaders. And then the same way the youth also have a duty to play. When it comes to election like this, you have a duty to be accountable to yourself that okay, this I've given Mr. Suso and so the first four years to go and govern us. So per my assessment, has he done well? If no, then I have to make take a decisive decision that okay, at the polls I'm going to drop this person at the polls. I'm not going to elect this person again. That shows that okay, you are accountable to yourself that okay, this person, the next the next person that will also come, he must also reason that no, Mr. Susu and so have been given the opportunity for the first time and he hasn't done well. So that alone will put you on your toes. So when we do all those things, and then one thing too that we as youth must do to actually champion the cause of corruption and then make corruption unattractive is to call them out and then always be on their neck. That okay, this person, even though we might not have the power to prosecute, but I think a mere social media post and then the tag to champion some things will actually get down. Let's have the firm belief that one day it will get down to wherever that we want it to be. So in as much as we want the leaders to do something, surprisingly, I've stated earlier on that surprisingly, some of the youth are also engaging in these same corrupt practices that we are actually tagging the leaders that they are actually corrupt. I have a friend, Amano, always say that there is no future for the youth. If we said tomorrow is for the youth or the future is for the youth. No, if we keep on doing similar things that we say the youth, the leaders are doing, and we expect change tomorrow, there won't be any change. So it's a high time we change our status quo, the way we do things, and then tend to a new mentality. Like, let's think like when something goes bad, it will affect me. When the road is not good, it will affect my children, it will affect every member of my community. But you see, these people don't care. They don't actually have that iota of truth to themselves. So I think it's a high time we actually be truthful to ourselves and then know that we can do it ourselves, and then when it goes bad, it affects everybody, and then everything surrounding us, it will be in a total mess. Thank you.
Okay, so we have another message incoming here, and from McAfee. She said, I'm McAfee from Volta region, and Honorable Charles is really on point. He's fully doing well, and I like his voice too. Mr. Charles, you are very true. The future of the youth is indeed for us now. So, okay, thank you, McAfee, for joining our discussion. So, my next question. My next question. How effective can Ghanaian youth push leaders to act against corruption?
Okay, thank you very much. Like I always say, or Hubert rightly put it, we need to be truthful to ourselves, because in this country, blind partisanship politics, that is what we're in. So you see white, but you say that
it's grey,
off white. That's how they put it. So I think until we change our mindset, we have to recalibrate our value of understanding of public leadership. When you go to public space, the only business you have there is to serve the people, nothing else, nothing more. If you go contrary to that, that's when the law will be applied. But the issue is that the enforcement. Because I can tell you that the politicians that we are sometimes saying that they are more corrupt, I tell you that most of the public servants, just that ideas don't come out that we see, because the politician is at the limelight every day talking and social media and everything. But most of the people in our respective offices, the public office, they are more corrupt than anyone else. But because the politicians, they come to the limelight to speak, so that's where we focus our attention. But it's like I said, corruption is the enemy to the country. If there's a country that is full of corruption, that country will be sinking. There will not be any development. So by holding our leaders accountable, what we need to do is that, every 4 years we go to queue, and I'm saying that if that day will come, that 4 years to come, or that day will come, nobody will go and queue to vote. That's when we realize that yes, we mean business. We can't go and queue in that scorching sun. People will lose their life, and the rest, and then a whole lot of things. Then accountability will come. You will say, you can go to hell. I just pray we don't get to hell, because when we get to hell, all of us will perish. So we all need to be upright, be right thinking. We should be right thinking Ghanaians. We shouldn't be an enemy to this, because if something happened in this country today, those people that you are shouting or you have been singing their praise, they will flee out of the country. Like we are discussing, Kenyatta is out of the country. Those that sang his praise, they are not in the country. They are in Ghana, but the man is gone. And if you get some 20 megabyte data, don't go and sit on social media and be insulting people. Just speak to the issue. Just stick to the issue. Immediately you attach emotion, and then the way we design our system to is evidence based. Corruption is a perception. Sometimes it may not be true, but it depends on the way you deal with the whole thing. You know, it's only in Ghana that they were accused of corruption, then people crucify you before you even get to the court. At the end of the day, if the court will deem you that you are not guilty, what happened to the people who bought, and social media does not forget as well. So in holding our leaders accountable, at a point, what I want us to do is that let that day come that there's an election, nobody will go and vote. But at the end of the day, the book leakers, like let me quote for if you have this quotes statement that he made what's the name last weekend. The boot leakers and the sycophants who only go and vote. No disrespect to those that vote, but those are the people that cause the problem for the country as well. Because you know that if I sing your praise, the money that you stolen, you give me some. It's as if I'm fighting on your behalf. You are going to sleep, and now I'll be defending you on social media. It is not fair, because people need work to do. Sometimes if I go to a client, I look at the street, people sit down, and then they'll be begging. I say, I thought mine is worse, but some people will sit under that hot sun. People who carry pure water, they'll be running. If you get to where the bridge is, at Impoku, the car will not even stop. You see people running, and I was telling my friend that at the end of the day, how much is the profit? Some incidents to look at. If you fall sick and go to the hospital, the money you spend more, and then someone is somewhere siphoning the money that is meant for the citizens of the country. If not for anything, there should be good roads, hospital, jobs. So at the end, but these things are not there. They'll be siphoning the money. So I think these are some of the things that we need to do. My hope is that one day we'll wake up, we will not vote.
People will still vote.
Those are the people that I'm saying that no disrespect to people who are sound-minded people, but the secret one and will be singing people's spiritual way to demand accountability.
Did we see that in the 2024 elections, where youth decided not to vote? People have so many reasons because of the economic austerity. There's no job, people are hungry, and then people are also saying that okay, I helped you win an election. You took me for granted. The neutral people just okay, well, let's sit on the fence. There are so many factors that played a role, but this is significant. For an incumbent to lose an election of 1.6 million thereabout is huge. That should tell you that even though Akufo Addo performed good in his first term, by the second term, it was an autopilot, like here in Ethiopia, anything that is happening. No, because as at the time that those 98 MPs stood up, that's when the president know, if this thing happened, then after, but at the end of the day, he is, I don't know which book he's marking Ken Writer in. There's a thing that they interviewed him that they said they should sack your finance minister. So he's performing well, creditably well. And I say, look at it. So I think that's the more reason why the party being lost again, because even though people are saying that President Mahama in the first term didn't do it, but they used Akufo Addo against Mahama, and so if that became Mahama is preferable than Akufo Addo, because we can't continue that 8 years, and now people are saying that they should do it 5 years. So imagine it will come again. Imagine Akufo Addo being in power for 10 years. You see, so I think these are some of the things that we need to do as a country to propel the country into helping its members, because your interest over there is to seek the interest of your people, welfare, ever. Today, let me speak. Never have my woman that one the our cherished listeners are also listening in Ewe, so let me just use the local dialects, like you just use kakede, the potential yakeli. You see the person, no, ekwama, you are like, oh, I'm a thing worker, ever vote na ma for a trauma bombu buku or move like two-faced human being there. Ekwen you debe o, I think the worker, da conivo do from a bubu.
Ekpumwadi. Many bear American vote me dogolo. You are working with people. At the end of the day, my feel share no go. You see, Akufo might be a good president, but Aliko will call people to order because he's not everywhere. People give him briefing every Monday. I'm on a briefing. Jorad by the share the book. This happening. Nobody may misled ya. He trusted you. You now information. You can't go and verify again. Mama is a very fine president.
Gentleman.
Oh, he is above. He is above gentleman.
He is a gentleman.
A fine gentleman.
Problem. But Amado Ikelengwa, that's where the problem is.
Okay.
No wanting to tell if it too because of one or two reasons. Okay, you vote now. The social media people are just vandalizing things up and down because you help party. And man, no, Amado Pogan Dim, Amado Pogan, Amado Pogan Fiaman. Don't go time about the way I Bojiribo. Bojiri, next time about it, then you get your own. So, Elena Mama may answer them as an individual is good, but I'm going to surround you all do coploma. I'm a more maybe a man look at Kenneth like this. May ever go to cover Gaffia over allegedly. Exactly, over code to cover Gamino Boboza. May I go for the Kenneth because he is the president, so they'll blame him because he appointed the person as well. So, man, it's individual base. If at the end of the many Akufo Jimolo, Kenufata Jimole, they have a time bar. They'll surely look for him. But for now, me, I'm a Drew Kukumino Nungo. No, in a minute, a constitution, I go no, but in this country, when President Mama was updated to special for you, so who said the tune? The one never joke or na for Banana, one name Yagbo, Nena Kagba, name and Popom. Okay, fair when you feel me on you, then I kill me. I see do come to Nasita. That's what I have to say.
Yeah, my poor buddy. Before you ask me my question, right? My poor ne Akufado there, Blene point you. This is what I want to do. Near Majima when you hey, that me pomo outside my policy. Neck premium. Nakbo John his excellency John Ramani Mahama already everyone ever point you Katabe imagine as corruption like jolly any sector that we look at see the tomb first year they say a senyarebo mod a senyarebo with corruption and actually to go unto a form I think I'm baby in a door o boss I don't know about all the magic hey Kake
Amero Kahema got to get Akava or Bubu Akova Delpon.
Human society, Kake level like maybe Ojo previously, but Karajiba Egba the quick and about voter player like president is very much keenly on you doing or delivering. I'm a kind of nana labor to plug bantom or coin or Savama there were comments at the Eva pointed a car or comments at the just Nea, Yajibe Akpo, a Gahomea, Dafia, Adashi, Yebe, a Doroko Dashing. Me power Eddie Dallas Yaji, Eddie Dakaba. That Mother cannot never a legend and a it's to actually make corruption unattractive for everybody, all the appointees. That no, I never mean now over Dupok a bantok way over. That no, I never Amado guy, a Magalet Samania. No, I never Amade commission okay. Egg statements are low, all case at about corruption, our level corruption case other than. Immediately you can put that person aside and then with speed as a waje call Kudama man Mr. Gomana. That no I never I mean never to call out what in Harrow we have a leak Charles Brainer. I can't do a baby man of Fiano or Gov't Ghana saying
one neighbor. President Mama is not just a president; it's a father to us. But if Mama one YIP administration, ban on 80 opposition, so he has nothing to lose. So we go a point where you have something to lose as well.
Yeah.
So it's not. I'm sure that no Ghana for a more Ugagbova, all the things that happen under his administration. No, you see. Mama learned something from his first administration, zoom into this one, and he will not go again because he has nothing to lose, unless you know that you want to contest for the next election. That's why you compromise. Yeah. But if you like you Egasi, so it's good that he's the only former president that came back to must have win this election.
I want to add that he's the only president who have ranked to the rank and file of politics, so he knows the terrain of our leadership.
Exactly.
From assembly member all the way to president. So
okay.
In as much as he has gone through the mill, like from the scratch, the local level side, up to the national level, you know, it's not everybody that can actually pass through and then become a good leader. I'm a there too malo, but still no, I never do for my aha. Even Amaro Jagomocho assembly member, Alio perform me upon. Imagine by Mama, no, I never me, Mama to me la Macaya Cabedo for my would that person change? Matro by Matrocho. The bad attitude, a Jagomo.
So a point a maga now.
Aha, a Jagomo, that is host a Biabadi. Garumo, I never portray now. I don't keep like the best candidates ever to win the position. You understand me? Kakeno, I never the opportunity is finally given to that person. You see that you've actually the person have actually deceived you.
Yeah, I blame you.
You understand? Blame you over the Agbonyi Toma door calling. No, I never me call a door that she now my daddy. Imagine what I done with that to achieve. Mr. Gomara. No, I never be a door calling quite a me ajida. Ta no I never ewe echi plui ko kwine kofia no mado kwamiji a pluma sa ko aga ko akwa kwine ta no anyebe ale ikemi me ex president to be appointed so me will hold into account no anyebe de joha ale me nakata me to go va phone against obe agbeno no iko no the previous government amea makaji benedo ameyo ho wo abe 10 avo alo wo abe dupoplo avo makaji we will be using the same masking scheme miaza kplu make akwa kuno anyebe mi we abe do me like amado me like amado apofuma like we will be lying to ourselves. You understand?
Akufo not for the former president. He's a fine gentleman.
No, Akufo is a gentleman.
No,
Muhammad is a gentleman.
Where did I say that? No, where did I say that?
Oh, you really identifying to me.
No, but I'm saying that when we knew Akufo then, even an activist, a woman activist, as a person, is good, but that's what I'm saying. Sometimes when you get to the presidency, before you get to know that what you are portraying to be this is not the same. For mainly Kumi Preku, this demonstration, one of the biggest demonstrations in this country.
Yeah.
Human rights lawyer, and have done a lot of things. But for president, it's not looking the way we see you outside is that different. Exactly.
Power corrupts power.
They say
absolute power.
Let's take our SRCs into consideration.
Exactly, but I'm saying that if you have not been president before, don't speak against it because the way outside, open the glass you don't throw exactly. So if you have not been there before, you don't criticize someone that is there because if you feel they will use 1 year. Let me digress more. They will use 1 year for the formation of the government. Or the Constitutional Review Committee for 5 years. But when Akufo came, 3 days we announced ministers. So they are is doable. But along the line, then everything will feel. I don't know whether he failed to tell his people and all these things.
At least if you are His Excellency John Dramani Bahama, he has magic echo.
The reason why Mama is doing all these things that he has been there before.
Kenya Milady, Kadomia Weber, no, I never close as he bantoa. Yana Navi Didema, and Mapoma Vienna strong. Never, no matter what you do. No, but you know, first time
Exactly.
no matter what, no matter you know, ya deoda. Let me do that. I've not I've been asking myself that.
The Mama one, all this that he's doing now, he didn't do them doing his administration one. But as a so experience has taught him that this or the thing that I won't be able to do. I'm sure political parties meet and they right their wrongs and all those things. So that's giving that exposure that okay, we come back, I'm a nonsense man, I'm doing this. You the person that they've appointed, you will not even try to go and do something that want to tarnish his administration. So maybe that's what will work for us. You go and come back.
Okay, so our cherished listeners, it's very unfortunate that there was no callers, but we are still having messages. We are still having a lot of messages coming in, and this one is also from the name is not on it, but Honorable Charles. In fact, Honorable Charles is a whole vibes. Okay, so that is yes, that is the last message we have, and we'll be wrapping up today's segment shortly. So I'd like to take final words and final shout outs for my panelists. We'll start from Honorable Charles. Your last words.
All right, thank you very much. I want to first thank my fellows, Deborah McAfee, and then the one who joined us. It is actually nice to be listening to segments like this and then learn to read. And it is good that in as much as we want to, we all want accountability, we all have roles to play. If you are a leader, you have a role to play. And each and every youth also has its own role to play. So if you know that this is what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to give account to whatever we have voted you into office for, or someone has appointed you, just do it as it is or how it's supposed to be. And once you do that, we now believe in you that okay, this is who you really are, and we can entrust you with more opportunities even in the future. So that is all I will have to say. And then I will also want to say a big shout out to a lot of people on my list. The first one is my mom, Joyce Gagba, Reverend Mrs. Senya, my siblings, the regional minister, Honorable James Gunu, and then the Council of State member, the regional chairman, Honorable Bavito, and Honorable Potosu, Honorable Emmanuel Kwesi-Bejira, Honorable Matthias Alagbo Kabila, short Honorable Paul Agbao, and then Honorable Onais Adams. All these people, they are good, and they all encourage you. These people encourage you to do much. I also want to thank Youth Impact Parliament.
Okay.
Yes, the executive director, Honorable, and now he is now the president of the Senate, Jones Amega Shifiglo.
Okay.
For all he is doing. In fact, he's grooming generations, and we are believing that we will not copy the bad aspect of whatever other or former people are doing, but we'll stick to the good ones for the benefit of the whole country, ourselves, and then any other person that will also benefit from us. Thank you very much.
Okay, so those are your final words. Final words, Mr. Vicson.
You are looking and smiling at me.
Hey.
Okay, thank you. So I don't have much to say, but as we recite our pledge every now and then, there's some portion that says that I will be faithful and loyal to my motherland, which is Ghana. In doing so, we need to be patriotic and reject any form of corruption activities. That's when they didn't just put the faithful and loyal just there for you to be reciting. So you have to do it to hold people accountable. Any form of corruption or corrupt practices, you have to reject it. That's when you fulfill this faithful and loyal as well. So with that having said, I would also like to send warm greetings to all the voter youth in Agric. I want to send a big shout out to them, especially Mr. Tulasi Matthias. He's doing a very good job as well. And then there's one gentleman that will always motivate. Anytime you can say voter youth. If you are listening to me, Francis Tometi. If you are listening to me, a very good afternoon to you all. And then also my YIP members, Youth Impact Parliament members. I send a very warm greetings to them and happy New Year. This a new year. Let's begin on a high note, and also on a high impact, as the name suggests. And lastly, to my co-workers at Aram Dediha Enterprise, and to Poultry. If you need eggs, you can come to us as well. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. It's been a great day and then a great discussion we had today. And then I would like to use this opportunity to thank our panelists, my colleague panelists, for also coming in and also share the same light in actually promoting accountability in the country. So there's something short that I would just want to say. You know, when you go to China currently, corruption is being made unattractive to the extent that when they see a public official being corrupt, the punishment is very harsh. I think if we can implement something like that to just deter people from being corrupt, I think that's what will help us, since we are no more practicing the old system whereby they will hang you or do something, this capital punishment. I think there should be something that should actually deter us from being corrupt. But someone was saying the last time that there is no one there, we don't have any useless person, in as much as the person is corrupt or not. That useless person or that bad person can equally be used for a bad example. When we talk about Ken Ofriata, they say allegedly, but the thing is, the thing is clear in our face that this is what he has. If ideally, like, he knows that he is pure, he hasn't done anything, but
travel,
like, you should just come down willingly. You understand me? So this, me crossing the dot and then dotting the I think he knows what he did, and then this was so. I would just want to thank the listeners and then everybody. My executive director Jones Amanganshi Viglo, and also where I work at Ghana Library Authority. Shout out to Mr. Bright Sofori, our regional director. He has been a fine gentleman since I got to know him, and also our deputy Mr. Jonas Lago. Thank you very much.
Okay, so my final words is to my uncle listening. Thank you for helping me prep for today's show, and I would say you've been a nice gentleman. You've actually taught me a lot, and yes, shout outs to my mom listening, and yes, to our cherished listeners who helped us engage in today's discussion. We say a very big thank you, and yes, happy new year. Until then, we'll meet the same time next week. Until then, please stay safe, stick and stay. The next program is up next. Thank you and bye bye.